feels like it's been a while since I've done Final Fantasy XIV. Could have been a couple days. Today's Friday? I might have done it on Wednesday. No, Wednesday was the day that I went to the store after work. Fuck it, I don't remember. Anyway, we're continuing the story. We got Isail, aka Lady Iceheart. We also got the Gnath. We're gonna do this like side quest, but it's one of those side quests that gives you something that is very beneficial. But anyway, story quest: a Gnathic Deity. Cutscene. I call upon the power of a primal for the greater good, conscious all the while that I do so at grave cost to the land, a reason that it is a necessary evil, and willingly shoulder the burden of my sin. In suggesting that such crimes can be justified, you may argue that I presume too much, but you must surely see that I am aware of the magnitude of my transgressions. Not so the Gnath. They summon their deity for no greater purpose than to expand their dominion. To a sign of the seventh dawn, one sworn to eliminate the primal threat, the distinction you draw seems questionable at best, but the fact remains that my own grandfather risked unleashing the power of the 12 in an attempt to prevent the calamity. Thus, while I may not condone your actions, I at least understand them. Not so the Gnath, as you so rightly put it. If they truly seek naught but territorial gain, I can only conclude that they are ignorant of the ruinous consequences of their god's insatiable appetite. The longer this primal is suffered to exist, the greater the suffering it will cause. It must be destroyed. How lightly you propose the destruction of this god, Master Alphino, a being of whom we know not. Has it occurred to you that you may be sending the warrior of light to her death? No, You have the right of it, Estinian. 'Twould seem it is I who am guilty of presuming too much. Pray forgive me, Mercy. Of course, bud. I do not fear my duty. The other option was ... And I've always chosen the top one on this one. I do not fear my duty. Wait, Mercy need not face this foe alone. Like her, I am blessed with the Echo's protection and may do battle without fear of primal influence. Let me bear this burden. Ha! Do you truly imagine yourself a second warrior of light? Remind me, how many primals have you faced, my lady? Not that it matters. We know not where this god resides, or how to challenge it, unless you mean to pray until it appears. Estinian makes a valid point. Let us speak with the Vath and learn how best to secure an audience with their deity. In this, at least, I may be of assistance. The young lord certainly appears eager to prove his worth. Okay. And, you know what? I guess I gotta talk to all these Vath, whatever. Got one of them here. We are Vath. We are the Nonmind. We do not hear that one mind's thoughts. We cannot predict their will. And the one that I would talk to later for the side quest. We put this idea from your minds, generous hunters. If you meet with our god, then he will have your souls. Surely you are not so generous as that. And the last one. You wish to meet our... I'm sorry for those sounds, but it's click, click, and I'm trying to figure out how to make it... I just did... Alright, whatever. You wish to meet our god? Offer yourself as a sacrifice, and you'll soon be brought before him. We would mourn the loss of such generous hunters, however. And, and then there's a voracious Vath over here, number 4. You are generous hunters, yes? Many gifts you have brought, but not enough for all Vath to enjoy. Maybe you could bring us just one more? We are very fond of Nanka flesh. Yes, the meat of a young Nanka would make a fine repast. Sure, I'll go kill another frickin' youngling Nanka. You bastards. They're just cute little, soon-to-be grotesque frickin' alligators with bubbles on their back. But for now, they're cute, sorta, I guess. Their mouth is abhorrent. It's very unsettling, I suppose. But, throw a couple spears at this little clear water Nankabai. Get my damage buff going. Just the one that's part of the rotation. And stabby stab it a little bit. And he's dead. Black Chocobo. Speak with this Vath again. We Vath do enjoy our Nonka flesh. Have you been out hunting yet? Hand over the Nonka flesh. Another gift for the Vath? So unexpected. You asked for it, bud. Yes, you'll have more of the words you strange hunters hunger for. Listen now. The senses of the one mind are enmeshed by the overmind. What one sees, all see. What one feels, all feel. Alert a single Gnath, and the whole hive is alerted. To reach our god undetected is all but impossible. And then that leads to speaking with Alphino. The Vath are wont to allude to certain concepts without explanation, but I believe I am beginning to grasp a few of the fundamentals. From what I understand, the king-like overmind sits at the center of Gnath society, and its presence somehow allows its subjects to communicate without need of word or gesture. These Gnath, the ones who inhabit the larger hive, are known as the One Mind, and it is by their combined will that the primal was summoned. Those who reside in this smaller hive, however, are the Vath, or the Nonmind, who for reasons that yet escape me, seem to have been excluded from the telepathic bond which connects their Gnath counterparts. Thus are the Vath ignorant of the One Mind's thoughts and intentions, and of the nature of their own god. In summary, we have wasted our time. Not so. Perilous though it may be, the Vath did furnish us with one certain method of approaching their primal, as sacrifices. Should we allow ourselves to be captured in the environs of the colony, the Gnath will bring us before their deity to make an offering of our souls. A Gnathic Deity is complete. We will do this side quest because it gives us an etheric current. Stolen munitions from the Vath Fleetfoot. Though we hear not each other's thoughts, generous hunter, you somehow know that we need help. Our weapons stocks are wanting. We need more. I would make a request of you. Please bring us muskets with which to defend ourselves. You can take them from the Gnath nearby. 2 would be sufficient. Okay, sure. I'm gonna talk to Alphino and see what this next quest is, because I think it does take us to Gnath territory, but we'll find out in a second. Breaking into hives. Get it? Forgive me, but let us be clear about what it is that you propose. You mean to say that you would deliberately provoke the Gnath, surrender yourself into what might generously be termed their custody, and then wait until their god arrives to claim your soul? Aye, that fairly well describes my plan. You will join me in this endeavor, will you not, Mercy? Judging by the great risks you took to prevent the summoning of Saint Shiva, you are not a woman to err on the side of caution. I mean, I would like to think I'm not dumb. Would that I could fight by your side, warrior of light, but the power of the dragon is no protection against primal influence. Forgive me, but I must remain here with Master Alphino. Then it is settled. Mercy, you and I shall challenge the guards at the entrance to the colony. Once the hive is roused, we shall feign a brief show of resistance, and then allow them to take us prisoner. Okay. I guess. Cool. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Where you gonna run to? I'm gonna run south. That's where I'm gonna run to. I should probably write down stolen munitions while I run. Munitions. Stolen musicians. Cross this bridge for possibly the first time ever, even though I've been this way several times for the story and probably always just jumped across the river. Why not? There's some big-horned sheep. rams, I suppose. I don't know. Not like they're not big rams, but they have the big horns, the big curved horns. But we have run almost just solely, purely south, with maybe a little bit. Well, so we kind of had to curve around it because I took the bridge. So if I'd gone straight, it would have had a little bit, like maybe like up to maybe 5% of an eastward tint to the run, to like an angle. Anyway, we are in Gnath territory now. There's a Gnath drone surrounded by what's probably going to be a fight area. Intruders, your lives are forfeit. So we'll put up a fight, quote unquote. Kill a couple drones. Okay. We got a couple more. What's up, buddies? Hey, buddy. They really don't put up a lot of fight, so I don't really know how I can fake being captured when they're so easy. I'm gonna finish, I think, the side quest. I'm gonna get some munitions here. So we're gonna kill this fire drone. And they take longer because they're not quest mobs. Tis what it is. Keep throwing our ranged spear at this guy. And then when he gets a little closer away from his little buddy he was standing with, knock his ass out. Cool. Alright, now let's continue the story quest here. Speak with Isael over here, a little bit to the west of like the main ramp. The Overmind must be now aware of our intrusion. Let us press on into the Hive and ensure that we have that we have our host's undivided attention. Okay. So now we go back up the ramp. I'm gonna try to avoid getting aggro from these guys. They are aggro by sight line, so just have to avoid being in their sight line, so kind of run around their backs through this little gate, avoid this guy's sight line, go around to this guy. We found a dark circle where battle commences. Take out a couple of their easy guys because they're quest mobs. And by that I mean like summoned. Get to do some AoE for once. Well, probably don't really need to. Nut roll. I'm gonna die. Do I have a heal somewhere? There we go. Second wind. It would actually be a good idea to have my Chocobo out for once. I gotta go deeper into this hive, quote unquote. Gonna have to kill you. There's an ether current up here. Etheric, whatever. Grab it. I'm glad that they, as far as I remember, they've put most of these in a very obvious place. Pretty hard to miss. Unless you just straight up do none of the quests. I was gonna ask, why aren't you aggroing? Welcome to Jamrock. Okay, we'll click on this destination. Get a cutscene out of it. Esail joins us. That should be sufficient. If we didn't have their host's full attention before, we must surely have it now. Our audience with the primal may be granted soon after our capture. Pray advise me once you have steeled your mind for the battle to come. Breaking into Hives is now complete. Actually, I'll just talk to her here. Lord of the Hive is the quest next. You are prepared then? Quest accepted. Cutscene. Oh, I guess I don't have to queue for it. Awesome, good. Well, we'll see if it makes us. Hold there, hold here, Mercy. When next the Gnath come, we offer no resistance. And here they come. 2, 4, 5. Surrounding us, 6 of them. Trying to look fierce. Surrender, intruders. There is no escape. Resistance is futile. Enough. We surrender. We throw ourselves upon the mercy of your God. And they kind of come in closer. Still knacking with their little, like, peg leg things. Oh, I've never much paid attention to all this. Okay, I know where this is leading. Okay, so we're inside a cave now. They seem eager to proceed. Good. When they take us before their lord, pray leave matters to me. If what I know of summoning rituals holds true, I shall be well placed to act. Mark the sound of the river rushing through the ravine behind us. Passing loud, is it not? I imagine the noise would serve to mask our escape should we need to withdraw temporarily. But you are prepared, are you not? I do hope so. If I were to be dragged away for sacrifice while you were haggling over the price of potions, I should not be amused. Amused. What was I doing? What was I doing mispronouncing it? Okay. Next part is to try to enter the inner chamber, which we do so, and then a cutscene again. The Gnath escort us inside. All of our weapons just on us, because they're dumb apparently. You would think they'd want to strip their prisoners of their weapons, but eh.
Now we have but to wait.
I've never watched this. I should have. One of the Gnath walks to the front and, like, crosses his arms in front of him.
O Lord Ravana, master of the sacred blades, wrath of the colony, conqueror of the world, hear our prayer. Pray grant unto your devoted children the gift of your divine presence.
And he kind of holds out his hands and his staff, and the others still have their arms crossed with their weapons kind of raised up a bit, just in one hand. Nothing's happening yet.
He comes.
Esail senses something up above. and there's this swirling vortex of fire, and these blue shining blades, 4 of them, emerge from it and just go straight down into the ground. And then they start swirling around in a circle, creating this circle of like fiery light on the ground. And then this vortex of fire from that circle of fiery light just keeps going, like this fire tornado. And the blades keep spinning and spinning, this brilliant blades of light spinning at the base of the tornado. And then emerges a kind of insect humanoid armored badass looking dude, 4 arms, 2 legs, one of those brilliant glowing blades in each arm, has like the wings of a dragonfly.
All strength to the colony. Speak and I shall listen.
His first part was all strength to the colony. So I'm sorry I talked over that. He's just got this like kind of chitinous but like metallic looking armor. He's got these kind of like insectish kind of antennae on top of his head, but they look like they're black and armored. Kind of got this helm with like 2 slits in it that are like fiery red, and like a little bit of a Sauron split for the nose, just a little bit. But those brilliant blades and those forearms, just badass, dude.
Oh, glorious general, we have captured intruders and would make unto you an offering of their life's blood.
These feeble fleshlings dared to invade Nathlands.
Nathans. But you can't sacrifice my blood. It's my blood. You can't have it.
Hear me, Lord Ravana. My companion and I did not come to contest your children's territory. We wished only to learn the reason you wage war against the dragons.
Thou wouldst flirt with death merely to satisfy thy curiosity. Wherefore should the glorious conquests of the Nath concern thee so, Elezen? Ah, mayhap thine own kind struggle against the worms fareth poorly, and thou art desirous of a pact.
We crave no alliance, Lord Ravana. Only peace. We would bring an end to our war with the dragons. Yet so long as they remain embroiled in this conflict with your children, our goal shall remain out of reach. Never before have the Nath risen up in such numbers, and never yet with you at their head. Why do you lead them to war?
Thy question hath no meaning. To live is but to fight. Long have my children waited, gathering their strength in the shadow of thy ceaseless conflict. The Nath would see the Dravanians slain, and their territory secured. And by such fervent prayers am I now given form and purpose.
As I feared, your very existence is an obstacle to our goal. Since you are so fond of fighting, we challenge you, Lord of the Nath.
The other Nath around us.
And should we emerge the victors, I would have you swear to withdraw your soldiers from Dravanian soil.
Thou art bold indeed to risk thy fleshy hide so readily. Very well. I, Ravana, fourfold master of the blade, do accept thy challenge. But should I emerge the victor, I would have thee swear to serve in mine army till thy last breath is spent. Do you accept?
She walks forward several paces, basically right up in front. Well, no, like 10 yards in front of him.
I do. and I believe the first bout is mine.
She closes her eyes, puts her hands like in front of her and then out to her sides as like this energy kind of brilliantly glowing, different colors. She seems to be drawing energy from these ice colored blue crystals nearby because they are glowing when she puts her arms out. And she keeps getting more and more energized, it looks like. Puts her hands to the sky, and those crystals form around her again, and then basically ice forms all over her, and she morphs into Shiva yet again, breaking free from the ice, floating in the air, scantily clad as Shiva is, and her kind of one piece, but form-fitting and whatever, blue bikini, and then she got those strands of blue kind of...
What is this? A god clad in flesh?
Is aught amiss, my lord? Thou wilt not break thy word, I trust.
I've never watched this. Why not, dummy?
Mine oath is unbending as steel, little goddess. Thy ruse will but add to mine enjoyment.
Thy ruse. Shiva forms this like ice sword and ice shield in either hand and starts to attack, but he raises his blades and blocks her, seeming maybe to struggle, but not really. He thwips both blades, but she disappears, and kind of you see this like ice trail as she kind of flies around, and she puts a hand to her face and then up in the air and then freezes this dude. Just the base of him, just the lower half. And he seems to be entirely frozen. But now he starts to twitch. And then breaks free. Shiva has these ice spikes around her floating, and she launches them at him, and he blocks them all with his 4 swords and arms. Lastly, she starts to call up ice pillars from the ground under him. He doesn't seem to be fazed by them. And then he thrusts forward a blade into her chest. And then I guess maybe her last breath, possibly, she breathes out this frost coldness from her mouth. Entombs him in ice, but he breaks it.
I thought myself stronger. Mayhap with more crystals?
He just like tosses her off his blade, and now she's just a sail again.
Be thou god or maid, thou art nothing to me. And what of thee, mortal? Art thou warrior or craven?
I don't really know what craven is. I thought it was, somebody who craves, but you pull out your weapon. You face him down.
A warrior, then. Good.
A warrior.
Mayhap thou will provide more sport than thy feeble companion.
Mayhap thou wilt provide more sport than thy feeble companion. Sorry. He turns his back to you and just kind of becomes a tornado of fire and disappears. And you run to Isael, who is on the ground. Thok asked Thok, hard, now accessible. That will be the end of this video, unless there's another cutscene, which probably might be. I'll talk to her and see what she says. Forgive me, I was overconfident. Okay, end of video. I am going to queue for this as a healer because it'd be faster queue. Not because I'm scared, tank it or anything like that, but yeah, I'm not. I could do it. I got it. But anyway, yeah, I know this fight pretty well because I've done it several times, and it's just avoid shit, and you do want to like destroy some blades so he doesn't have them to teleport to when he has his like teleport dash blade to blade, kind of like Cloud's one of Cloud's limit breaks. I think Omni Slash is kind of like that. At least Omnislash was like that in the movie Advent Children. Summoned blades all around. I won't spoil it for anybody. It looks pretty cool if you haven't seen it. But anyway, that's it for this video. I will queue for the fight. I think it's an 8-man. And I'll make a video of that. But I'll see you soon.